we're back, and we were talking about what were we talking about? We were talking about Microsoft and their web TV service. One of the pioneering services for internet TV is deciding to call it quits as far as their web TV service. So this, like I said, this is one of the things that many people don't know about. Many people don't know that it all started, one of the pioneering services was Microsoft, to start this web TV, the ability to access your emails, the ability to search the web via web browser using your big screen TV as opposed to just the small little monitor that you use with computers. Microsoft was one of the first to offer the television-based email and web browsing via a wireless keyboard service, but it struggled to gain traction with consumers. So Microsoft rebranded the service as MSN TV in 2001 to accelerate integration with products such as MSN Messenger and MSN Hotmail. Those are all, as you know, Microsoft services. Now, the software giant even offered interactive services for free to new MSN online service, but it has largely taken a backseat to the company's focus on Xbox game consoles and stuff like that, which also offers internet access. Now, Microsoft cited a myriad of ways people can now access the internet as a contributing factor to the service's demise. According to Microsoft, they say web TV, later called MSN TV, started in 1996 with the goal to bring new people online and to give those already online an easy and hassle-free means of accessing the internet from the comfort of their homes. Later, MSN TV 2 was released with vastly greater power and features. Since then, the web has continued to evolve at a breathtaking pace, and there are many new ways to access the internet. Accordingly, we have made the difficult decision to end the MSN TV service on September 30th, 2013. We are working with our customers to ensure the transition is as seamless as possible. Now, Microsoft exit comes as Apple puts more emphasis on the set-top box sector, and Microsoft itself boasts Xbox TV program with the upcoming Xbox One. Now, Apple has reportedly signed that deal with Time Warner Cable that would bring 300 plus channels to their Apple TV, the little Roku type device that they have, the Apple TV. And for subscribers of the television service, last month Apple TV also lassoed HBO Go and Disney's Watch ESPN apps for their Apple TV. So this is an example definitely of a company that was ahead of its time, and sometimes innovation can lead to your demise. And you might think that, well, you know, things, you need innovation in order for things to grow, in order for things to get better. But a lot of times when people don't get what you're doing, that can make it hard, you know, for you to really advance. And a lot of times that's what happens. People don't understand. They don't get what you're trying to do. They don't get it. And because they don't get it, they're not willing to invest in it. Back in 1996, no one really had a desire to use their television as a web surfing device to get their email. People were like, well, I'll just do my computers. People weren't sending emails heavy, unless you're in the business world, and in which case you would just use your home computer and stuff like that. People were not heavily dependent on the web as far as they are now. Like, people now are just so connected, and they don't want to have to switch from their TV to their computer, to their tablets and all of that. So therefore, having a web on your TV now makes great sense. But back in 1996, they were just ahead of their time, and they weren't able to gain the traction because people did not see the vision. And so sometimes being innovative is not enough. Sometimes being innovative is not enough to give you that break that you're looking for. And even Microsoft, they are innovative, and even in their even with their ability and the money that they have to push certain things, they really dropped the ball on their web TV service. I think that it could have been more successful had they put the manpower into it. But as 2000 came around and they were trying to push their Xbox system, their game system, get into the gaming market, they weren't really focused on web TV, and then web TV at that time was just a very brand new concept. People didn't understand it. People didn't get the idea of being able to integrate your TV viewing experience with being able to surf the web, having a wireless keyboard, and back then, wireless keyboards weren't the best. They didn't work 100% well, and then you had these people didn't want a lot in their home entertainment center. This is back in the time, 1996. This is back in the time when CRT still ruled, and people had these entertainment centers where they would close it off. I mean, having a big screen was a bulky affair. So, I mean, people didn't necessarily want to integrate their computers with their TVs. At the time, it was two separate things. And so if Microsoft, I believe, had really put the effort into it, I think they could have marketed it as something that, not that people needed necessarily, but something that they may want to have to see where the world is going, but they really didn't put the effort into it. And I think because they were ahead of their time, it just didn't make it easy for people to understand, to understand exactly what they were doing with web TV. And so, according to All Things D, because they also picked up on this story, and All Things D reported that letter that Microsoft they sent to their subscribers and things like that. And according to All Things D, Microsoft is not really making a big fuss on shutting down their service. And just a part of a quote of the entire letter that they sent out to subscribers. They said, Microsoft said that before MSN TV service ends, you need to make sure that all the users on your account have upgraded to Outlook.com, formerly called Hotmail, Hotmail, but now it's Outlook, Outlook.com, saved any favorites and scrapbook photos to the SkyDrive, and achieved any published page builder web pages that you wish to save. We have created an MSN TV closure frequently asked questions section that provides detailed information on how to do all of these things, and they give the website. It's the msntv.com /msntv/closure FAQ.ASP. So if you're looking for that page, that's where you would find it. And they also said that after you have upgraded to Outlook.com, your MSN TV email address along with your existing email will continue to be available for you to use. Outlook.com offers many advantages, such as accessing your email from a computer, smartphone that has a connection to the internet, and from a computer or smartphone that you can access Outlook.com by visiting Outlook.com. Obviously, and it's signed the MSN team, and they're saying that if you have any questions that are not answered in the MSN TV closure facts section, you can contact customer support at 800-469-3288 between the hours of 6 a.m. and 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this is the closure of the Microsoft Web TV service, and I really believe that they could really, because this is where they're going with Xbox One. Xbox One is not going in any kind of different route. The Xbox One is going this route. So why they would shut this down and not kind of integrate it into Xbox One, it's kind of baffling to me, because they're trying to take over your whole room, and to do that, I think computers are part of it. I think you're going to need that keyboard to surf the web and to do different things like that. So why wouldn't they integrate this into their Xbox One? Instead of having the set-top box that they had for web TV, just use Xbox One, and then have Xbox One be compatible with any wireless keyboard or something like that, so that you can truly search the web. Because searching the web using a remote is not, that's just crazy. I mean, Xavier, what do you think? I mean, have you seen where people, they try to search the web, and then you have to, like with your DirecTV or anything like that, and you're trying to find a show, and you have to put in each letter, like you have to click over with the remote. I mean, is that a hassle, or would having a keyboard be much easier?
With the remote, that is a hassle.
Has to be, because like, let's say you're looking for a long show, you got to go S, then move it over enter, move it back up. I mean, how much of a hassle would it be, you think, for a company like Microsoft to just make a keyboard that would fit with their new system? Do you think that that's something they couldn't do?
I think they could do it.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? So if they were to come out with this with the Xbox One, do you think they should have, instead of, because their web TV service is like a Logitech Review that you have at your house, if they had integrated that with their new system, do you think that would have made sense? Or they're shutting it down? You think that that's smart by Microsoft to shut that down when web TV seems to be picking up? I mean, everyone has Roku. Everyone has, you know, I mean, people, not a lot of people have the Logitech Review, but you know how good Logitech Review can be because you have that keyboard right there. I mean, what do you think Microsoft should have done with this situation? Shut it down or integrate it?
I think Microsoft should have integrated it.
And how would that have made the experience better, you think?
Is instead of using the remote to surf the web, it will be easier. It will be just like you have a computer with your keyboard and everything. Exactly.
And that's what I'm trying to say that Microsoft should have done. They should have just integrate their web TV service into the Xbox One. Since the Xbox One is going to be TV laden anyway, and they're showing that integration between being able to watch sports, being able to play games seamlessly, to go back to watching TV seamlessly, to be able to do all these things seamlessly. I mean, it would be cool for me to sit back and say, okay, you know, Xbox One, surf web, and then the web comes up. I have my keyboard right here. I can just type what I want. You know, it can accept some voice commands and things like that, but I have my keyboard, you know, a trackpad. I can do all of that right here, you know, in my lap, instead of Xbox One, web TV, or Xbox One, you know, surf the web, and then the web comes up, and then now I have to use the controller or the Xbox controller nah, man, that's crazy right there. Microsoft definitely should have integrated this thing instead of just shutting it down. You know, so we're just gonna have to wait and see what Microsoft, how they really integrate this service, if they're going to, in the future. Now, coming up after the break, we're talking about iOS. They're celebrating their 5th anniversary. The App Store is celebrating their 5th anniversary, and they're going to celebrate it by unleashing a few of their top apps as free games. All of that and more we're going to tell you about coming up after the break right here on Tech Pulse.